So welcome all to our Karma class, Slow Flow. I am Jody. If you don't know me, get ready to know me, I guess. I don't know. Um, so friendly reminder, since I have some new faces in the room, these are Karma classes helping, really, you're helping me get my next level up on my yoga teacher training. So that's why we have this scenario going on. I did mention it'll go on for a couple months. You'll get notified on social media if you follow us. If this class ever changes or is no longer free, you'll be notified. So sitting up nice and tall. I first want to ask if there's anyone new to yoga. I'll raise my hand so you're not alone. Didn't think so. Okay, wonderful. I mean, you've been practicing. You know the drill. So anytime you need a break or something that I offer you is not in your practice tonight, feel free to skip it. Same thing goes with if you're curious about something, have a question, or need a little bit more clarification, feel free to ask. And then if you don't like to talk in front of people, that's okay. I can understand that. Maybe we chat after class. I'll be here. I'm not going to run out the door. So sitting up nice and tall will allow the eyes to gently close or soften the gaze down to the tops of the cheeks. Taking a deep cleansing breath in through the nose, audible sigh out the mouth. Beautiful. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, sigh it out. Shoulders soften. Muscles of the face relax. Begin to mentally scan over the physical body, starting at the foundation of your pelvis, working your way up. Becoming present in the physical body. Checking in with self in this moment. Make sure that you also check in with mental, emotional body. So you can become aware of anything that you either brought with you to your mat, or maybe it just kind of clung on, followed you here. If there's anything that you do not need for your yoga practice, release it now, set it off to the side. As we begin to let go of any distractions in our room or any distraction beyond this space, maybe in our personal or private world, we'll instead turn the awareness inward, finding a focus on the breath. Allow the breath to show up naturally, moving in and out of the nostrils with whatever pace and rhythm it wants to be here at. Notice where you feel your breath move in your body. Become aware of all the subtleties of your breath. Maybe there's some texture today, or some constriction somewhere. With your next inhale, begin to encourage the breath to deepen and lengthen. Sending the inhales all the way down into the belly, allowing the belly, the abdomen to expand and fill. And with every exhale, actively drawing the navel in towards the spine, helping to press the air back out. Practicing our complete belly breath helps us to reduce our stress and our anxiety. Helps to regulate sleep, digestion, as well as blood pressure, blood sugar. Our breath is a direct line of communication to our body. The more we spend time with the breath, learning about our breath, we can start to pick up on the subtle shifts and changes that occur. When we deepen and lengthen the breath, the muscles and connective tissues of the body are able to soften and lengthen. This can help increase your range of motion. Now, mind you, that increase might be minimal, might be slight, but it can almost be drastically different as compared to maybe holding your breath in a pose, bringing up that fight or flight, that stress response breath, where muscles and connective tissues constrict and tighten, ready for action. And with your next inhale, allow the breath to return to its natural pace and rhythm, letting go of the boundaries and the expectations of that belly breath. Check back in with this natural breath. Maybe some subtle shifts and changes. Maybe it bounces right back to where it was. There's no right or wrong, no judgment, just observing what is. Taking one more moment here to set an intention for your practice this evening, however that is showing up for you. And if you're unsure about an intention, maybe a positive affirmation, some points of gratitude, or even a dedication, what serves you in this moment? Now, yogi's choice, if you want to keep the eyes closed or gently blink the eyes to open. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, draw the elbows back and down. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale to cactus, opening front body. One more. Inhale, arms reach, lengthen through the fingers. Exhale, open out the heart. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand grounds. Left fingers reach up and over to the right towards the window wall. Continuing to ground through the left hip and sits bone, reach long through the fingers, feeling the side waist open up and lengthen. With your next inhale, coming back through center, left hand grounds, right arm reaches up and over to the left. Lifting out of that right hip, breathing into the right lung and rib space. With your next inhale, coming back up through center, both arms reach up overhead. Exhale, twisting to the right towards the windows. Left hand comes to right knee or thigh, right hand grounding behind the hips. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthen through the crown of the head. Option here to turn and look back over the right shoulder, sending the twist up the length of the neck if it suits you. Now keeping the left hand to right knee on our inhale, right arm reaches up, coming back through center. Cross it over, opposite leg, tucking the chin. Inhale, both arms reach up overhead. Exhale, twisting to the left. Sit up tall, lengthen, breathing into your twist. Maybe turning, looking back over the left shoulder. And know that if you add that extra twist through the neck on one side and the second side wants nothing to do with it, we don't have to force ourselves to look like side A. Keeping that right hand to left knee, inhale, left arm reaches up, cross it over, tuck the chin. Inhale, both arms reach up overhead. Exhale, release the arms all the way down, and then come to tabletop or all fours, either rolling over the knees or sweeping both feet off to one side. If the knees are looking for some additional support, maybe a blanket beneath the knees or folding up the mat. Fingers spread nice and wide, gripping the mat, pressing the mat away. Shoulders draw away from the ears. The biceps, the upper arm externally rotates, spins out. Inner crease of the elbow points up towards the top of the mat. This helps the shoulders draw away from the ears. Inhale, cow pose. Dropping belly, lifting tail and gaze. Exhale, rounding through the spine for cat, pressing the mat away, tucking chin. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Continue to move between cat and cow. Use the pace of your breath. Actively warming up the length of the spine. Checking in with other areas of the body, things like wrists, shoulders, knees, and hips. Become aware of any signals the body is sending you. Now, after your next exhale or cat pose, I invite you to find some organic movement in tabletop. Becoming curious in your body. Yes, move around, explore, see what happens. What kind of things are we looking for as we move organically? Well, those stretches, those movements that just feel good. But we're also mindful of those movements that may bring pain. Why? Because we want to know where in our body pain might be present so that we can modify our practice, avoiding that pain where we need to. Friendly reminder, yogis, no pain in yoga. Start to make your way back to a neutral tabletop, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Taking a big step back with the right foot, pressing back into that right heel. Your volume control here is leg engagement. The more you engage the thigh and lift the knee, the more intense. Just finding that sweet spot, that amount that's right for you. Inhale, rock forward, coming up onto the right toes. Exhale, press back into that right heel. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, press back. Couple more with your breath. And bringing the weight of the shoulders back over the wrists, we'll inhale to lift that back heel to hip height. Engage the core and extend the left arm out in front of us, palm in, thumb up. Your drishti, your gaze, is down at the mat beneath the face. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, replace the hand, leg crosses over the midline, toes step off to the left. Looking back over that left shoulder, sneak a peek at that foot as you press the hips to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, crunch knee to nose, hugging the thigh in towards the chest. Inhale, right leg long behind you, actively pressing through that heel. Exhale, crunch knee to nose. Press the floor away, round the upper back. Inhale, send that leg long. One more. Exhale, crunch. Hug that thigh in. Press the mat away. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, replace the knee to the mat, tabletop. Big step back with the left foot. Inhale to lift that back heel to hip height. Staying active through the foot. Press through the heel, toes reach back. Engage the core, extend the right arm out in front of you, palm in, thumb up. Reaching long through the right fingers, left hand pressing the mat away. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, replace the hand, cross that leg over the midline, toes off to the right. Looking back over the shoulder, encourage the hips to press to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose, hug that thigh in. Inhale, send that left leg long. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Press the mat away, rounding upper back. Inhale, leg long, pressing, kicking through that heel. One more. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, replace the knee, tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Start to sit the hips back towards the heels. Maybe you walk the hands closer to you or come all the way up. Just knowing where your body likes to be in this shape for your practice. Become aware of your physical body. Probably noticing some sensation through the feet. Your awareness goes, oh, boom, my feet. Yes, I know they're there. But check in other places. What are the shoulders doing? Are the shoulders starting to tell you that you've gone a little too far? They start to hike up. Can you soften and release them? Same with the muscles of the face. Start to clench the jaw, and you just grin and bear it. No, can you release? With your next inhale, gently ease your way out. Untucking the toes, we'll tap the feet to the mat. And then sit back one more time, hips to heels, toes untucked. Option to lean back, lifting the knees if your feet and ankles are looking for a bit more. Finding breath. With your next inhale, mindfully coming back through tabletop. We'll tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Finding some movement to ease into the first dog of our practice. Walking your dog, pedaling the legs, wagging the hips. Nice, yogis. Making your way to stillness, taking a deep breath in through the nose, audible release out the mouth. Look up towards the hands, bend the knees, walk the feet to the top of the mat, forward fold, allowing the head and neck to hang. Maybe some mindful nods of the head, yes and no, checking in with neck, upper back. We'll bring our hands to our hips. Inhale, stand tall, pressing all the way up. Exhale, releasing the arms, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. Inhale, half lift. Hands can come to shins or thighs. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, stand tall, arms reach up, bringing palms to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands to heart. Tadasana, mountain pose. Round two. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold, head hangs. Inhale, stand tall, arms reach up, palms come to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Release Tadasana. Third round. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. You can bend the knees. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold, head hangs. Inhale, arms sweep up, bringing palms to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra into the heart space. Tadasana, mountain pose. I invite you to close the eyes here. Check in with self. What do you observe happening? Physical body, breath body, even mental, emotional body. What shows up for you? We'll gently blink the eyes to open. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees, hands come to the mat, big step back with the right foot. Low runner's lunge, grounding the right knee to the earth. Make some subtle adjustments to your shape. Bring in any props that you like to support your body here. Releasing any tension through the hips. Let the pelvis get heavy. Really grounding through that right foot. Left foot. Engaging that left leg. Inhale, half splits. Walk yourselves back. Flexing into that left foot, toes reach up and back. Beautiful. Inhale, returning to the top of the mat, pelvis heavy, heart light, shoulders roll back and down. One more. Inhale, half splits. Pelvis stacks over that right knee, left toes reach up and back. Maybe you choose to fold over the extended leg. Inhale, return to the top of the mat. Or tuck the back toes, lifting that back knee. On your inhale, step to the top of the mat, half lift. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, release, forward fold, head hang. Inhale, stand tall, arms reach up, bring those palms to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra to Tadasana, mountain pose, arms release. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat, left foot steps back. Low runner's lunge. Lower that left knee. So what adjustments are we making when I said make those little adjustments to your shape? Stacking ankle underneath. Working to encourage left hip to draw towards the top of the mat. Grounding through that right foot. Really feel the connection between the sole of the foot and your mat, the earth. Press through those four corners. Big toe mound, inner heel, pinky toe mound, outer heel. Inhale, half splits. Walk yourselves back. Flex through the right foot and ankle. Now maybe that right knee doesn't straighten all the way. You've got some tension on the back of the leg, the calf, the hamstring, or the low back. That's okay. Inhale, walk it back up, top of the mat. Release the pelvis. Let it get heavy. Lift the heart. Feel it get lighter. One more. On your inhale, half splits. Walk it back, flexing through that right foot. Really want to see that foot flexed versus dead fish. Inhale, walk it back up, top of the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee. On your inhale, step to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand tall, arms sweep up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. Let's turn to the long edge of our mat facing the windows. Por favor, please and thank you. So wide leg stance, feet are parallel. The intention of a wide leg stance is for ankles to be as wide as your wrists. What I want to see is a width that you feel safe and confident standing in. Right toes pivot to the short edge of your mat. Bending into the right knee, stacking the knee over the ankle, arms reach out at shoulder height, turning to gaze over the right fingertips, warrior two. Starting at our foundation, our feet grounding, work our way up, leg muscles hugging bone, core engages, chest is lifted and open, shoulders soften down the back ribs, fingers reaching towards opposite ends of the room. Crown of the head growing tall. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Back palm drops, front hand reaches up and back. Oh, there's my little fly friend. Yes, he is. Coming back through warrior two for extended side angle, front elbow to knee. Back hand sweeps down, reaching long through the left fingers, opening the chest towards the windows. Beautiful. Reverse it out. Arm sweeps down, lifts you back up into warrior two. Straighten through that front leg, triangle, trikonasana, reaching towards the wall. Left or right hand drops, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. The intention to stack the shoulders, opening the chest towards the windows. Beautiful. Staying with breath. Awareness of that left hand on your inhale. Let it lift you up out of triangle, reverse to send it back. Coming back through center, we'll pivot the feet back to parallel, releasing the arms, taking warrior two to the right, or no, to the left, my bad. I mean, if you took class with me last night, I would still have some residual, I don't know left and right at all. Wonderful. So the toes pivoted, the knee bent, the arms are reaching, the shoulders are relaxing. Nice, strong warriors. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Front arm reaches up and back, keeping the bend in that front knee. Mindful of the back edge of the knee so that hip stays open. Beautiful, nice. Coming back through warrior two for extended side angle. Front elbow comes to knee. Back hand sweeps down, circling the chest open. Reach long through those right fingers. Roll the right shoulder back to open the chest towards the windows even more. Now reverse it out. Left or right arm sweeps down, comes up through warrior two. Straighten through that front leg for triangle, trikonasana, reaching the torso towards the front of the room. Left hand drops, right arm reaches towards the sky. Now bring your awareness to that right hand on your inhale. Let it lift you up out of triangle. Reverse, send it back. Beautiful. Coming back through center. Bringing the feet back to parallel, but this time we're going to unparallel. Toes out just a bit, or you can think of it as heels in just a bit. 5-pointed star. Arms reach up. Exhale, goddess squat. Yogi's choice on arms, either Anjali Mudra or cactus. Slight tuck to the tailbone, engage the core. Inhale, press up, 5-pointed star. Beautiful. Exhale, goddess squat, lower it down. Chest stays lifted. Stay with your breath. Inhale, 5-pointed star. One more time. Exhale, goddess squat. Lower it down. Maybe you squat down just a bit more. Maybe you know your limits and you've already been maxing yourself out. I'm impressed you know. Yes, I'm still talking. You're still squatting. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise up, 5-pointed star. Release the arms. Heel toe the feet underneath you. We'll meet back at the top of our mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Anyone feel like they were going to fall over in that goddess spot? What? You didn't. All right, mountain pose. Standing nice and tall. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands to the mat. Right foot steps back. High crescent lunge. Inhale, arms reach up. High crescent lunge. We're up on the toes of the right foot. Right hip is reaching towards the top of the mat. Shoulder blades melting down the back ribs. Beautiful. Now, spin the back heel in, sealing the foot to the mat. Other words, coming into warrior one. The only difference between our high crescent lunge and our warrior one is that back heel. Exhale, forward fold, arms sweep back behind you, gazing over those front toes. Inhale, warrior one, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, warrior one. Humble warrior. Interlace fingers behind your back. Hug those shoulders together. Exhale, forward fold. Trying to bring the left shoulder to the inside edge of that left knee. Maybe arms lift, maybe they don't. Yes, breath down. Releasing the bind. Inhale, warrior one. Arms reach up. High crescent lunge. Come up on the toes of the back foot. Nice. Exhale, hands to the mat. You got it. Go all the way down. Inhale, step back into plank, top of a push-up. What's the difference between plank and downward facing dog? Thanks for your honesty. I appreciate it. So in plank, long line of energy from head to heels. Downward facing dog, tailbone is lifted high. So we're in plank. Pelvis is not as high. Now release to the knees, a modified plank, a wider stance than tabletop. Bend into the elbows, taking 8-point, lower the chin and the chest towards the mat. Inhale, drop the pelvis, lift the heart, baby cobra. Shoulders, elbows hug back. Tuck the toes, lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Chest reaches towards the thighs. Tailbone lifting towards the ceiling. Deep cleansing breath here. In through the nose, sigh it out the mouth. Look up towards the hands. Bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop the feet to the top of your mat. Half lift. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, release, forward fold, head hangs. Inhale, stand tall. Arms reach up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. Other side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, hands to the mat, left foot steps back. Inhale, high crescent lunge, arms reach up overhead. Shoulder blades melt down the back ribs. Abdominal jaw engages. If that phrase sounds like jibber jabber to you, friendly reminder, upper jaw is the low ribs, bottom jaw is the hip points. We're not trying to make them touch, just to engage them, want them to come a little closer towards one another. Beautiful. From high crescent lunge to warrior one, back foot spins and seals to the mat. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep the arms back behind you. Gaze over those front toes. Inhale, warrior one. Arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, warrior one. Reach it up. Humble warrior, interlacing fingers, opposite thumb on top, like holding hands with a stranger. Hug the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe arms lift. I'll tell you, the more you can squeeze the shoulder blades closer together, the more space you'll have to lift those arms. Is it mandatory? No. Releasing the bind, and on your inhale, warrior one, arms reach up. High crescent lunge, returning to the ball of the left foot. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, stepping back into plank. Find your shape. Engaging the core. Knees come to the mat, modify your plank, bend into the elbows. Elbows stay hugged in as you lower the chin and the chest. Inhale, lift the heart, drop the pelvis, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send those hips up and back. Deep breath here, in through the nose, sigh and release out the mouth. Making your way into child's pose. Giving the body a little break, a little bit more rest. Taking advantage of this opportunity to check in with self. Maybe bringing to your awareness the intention that you set if you're needing a little bit more love and light in your practice? Although I do my best not to assume things, because we know what assuming does. Okay, if you don't know, literally spell it out. It makes an ass out of you and me. So it'll play. So I try not to assume, but through educating myself continuously on my journey of yoga, I've learned a lot about being human and what that experience is like. I mean, I've got foundation in social work psychology, so that's probably why I'm intrigued. But when I learned that 80-something% of the time we trash talk ourselves, it broke my heart. But at the same time, I believed it. I could relate. Oh, yeah, I tell myself how bad I am at things all the time. It's kind of nice to not be alone in that. But then it was like, oh, but I want my friends to think that they can do it. They're doing great. Even, we're just practicing. So having that intention, having a source of love and light to bring back over and over as often as you need can help you start to switch up the pattern of self-critique and judgment, especially if you feel like maybe it's nonstop for you. And with your next inhale, pressing back up through tabletop, making your way into downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. Inhale, right leg lifts into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, leg back and up. Exhale, crunch knee to nose, hugging the thigh into the chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch right knee, left elbow, fall in triangle, kicking that right foot out to the left. Left arm opens. So right knee to left elbow, and then kick the foot out to the left. Kick the foot here from underneath. This leg. You got it. So this leg comes out here. Nope, this leg back here. Nope, from underneath. Beautiful. Open this arm. Reach up towards the ceiling. There you go. Exhale, replace that left hand to the mat. Inhale, right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing, pedal it out. Release to the knees, tabletop. Take a breath. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Friendly visual reminder. For our fallen triangle, because we're going to take this on the other side. We do our crunches. Speed it up so you guys don't have to watch me do it. When we do our last crunch, we kick the foot out and open. If it doesn't look exactly like this, that's okay. It's going to look the way your body says this is how we're doing triangle. I'll come around and tweak little things if I feel like you're on a pathway towards, injury, breaking down some sort of system in your body. I got you. All right, let's meet in down dog. Any questions? Okay, cool beans. We got this. Remember, we're all just practicing. And if it gets challenging and our go-to is to trash talk ourselves, see if you can flip the script at least once. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, crunch, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, back and up. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose, hug the thigh in towards the chest. Inhale, send it back and up. Exhale, crunch, left knee, right elbow, fall in triangle, kick that right or that left foot out, opening the right arm. Beautiful. Find your breath. Left hand is pressing the floor away. Chest is opening. Exhale, return the hand to the mat. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Release to the knees, tabletop. How is that? Yes, I absolutely agree. See, we're all on this. In here, we're on the journey together. But on each mat, you're on your own journey. Sometimes along our journey, it's nice to have some social interaction. Commiserate. It's nice, like when I had that little, oh, we really like talk poorly to ourselves that often, but oh, I'm not alone. I'm not the odd one out. I'm normal, unfortunately. Also weirdo. So when we practice yoga, sometimes, yeah, we just want to find a spot, move our body intuitively, and then other times we want to be a part of a group. We want to feel the energy. We want to get encouragement or ideas. It's wonderful. All right, let's come back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot through, top of the mat. Warrior one, sealing the back foot, arms reach up overhead. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now straighten through the front leg. We are moving into pyramid, a forward fold. That being said, you might like the idea of the back foot being a little closer, not so far back, closer up. Sometimes I struggle. Welcome to the struggle bus with Jody. All right, hip points are still shining up towards the top of your mat, that short edge. Shoulder blades soften down the back ribs. Feel the left hip pull forward. On your exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Right hip draws back, left hip still drawing forward. Hands can come to mat blocks, maybe hips if the floor feels far away. Spine nice and long, lengthen through the crown of the head. With your next inhale, coming back upright, arms reach up overhead. High crescent lunge, returning to the toes of that right foot, bend into the right knee, or left foot, bend into the right knee. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step back into plank, vinyasa, or downward facing dog. Once those hips are up and back, cleansing breath, deep inhale through the nose, audible sigh out the mouth. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot to the top of the mat. Spin that back heel down, warrior one. Arms reach up overhead. Core engaged, mindful of that abdominal jaw. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Beautiful. Straighten into that front leg. If that right foot wants to pop in a little closer, bring it in. Exhale, forward fold, pyramid. Left hip draws back. Right hip shines up towards the top of your mat. Stay with your breath. If we were to hold the breath here, things would start to tighten and flex, making the fold even more challenging. With your next inhale, coming back up, arms reach up overhead, make your way back into high crescent lunge, bending the front knee, coming up on the back toes. Those little transitions really help to work your balance. All we're doing is either grounding a heel or lifting a heel. But that can send your body off kilter. Yes. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, framing the foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, step back into plank, vinyasa, or downward facing dog. 3 complete belly breaths in our down dog. Hips lifting up towards the ceiling, chest pressing back towards the thighs. Beautiful. After your third exhale, wave the spine to plank, shoulders over wrists. Lower all the way onto your belly. Beautiful. Hands to the mat alongside the low ribs. Elbows and shoulders hug back. Tops of the feet press into the earth. Inhale, lift the head and chest, baby cobra. Heart shines through. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the head and chest. Roll the shoulders back. Shine that heart. Exhale, bring it back down. Third one, inhale, baby cobra. Maybe you hover the hands, engaging your back muscles. Maybe your practice still has hands grounding. Stay with the breath. Exhale, release, come all the way down. Walk the hands up the mat on your inhale, Sphinx pose, coming up on the forearms, elbows under shoulders. Shoulders roll back, heart shines through, elbows energetically pull back. They're grounded. Your arms are kind of stuck where they're at. Not permanently. But, this is why we like yoga mats. Pretty where they're going to be, yeah? Pull, hopefully. I love it. Elbows energetically pull back. But feel it in your body. If you pull those elbows and the elbows aren't going to go anywhere, the shoulders start to roll back. The chest starts to broaden. The heart shines through. You guys feel that? Beautiful. Exhale, bring it all the way down, creating a pillow for your forehead. By stacking the hands, of course. With your next inhale, coming back up into Sphinx. So all the action with the front body that we've talked about. At the same time, tops of the feet are pressing down into the floor. Why? Because that helps support the low back. So here's the fun game you can play. We played with elbows on the last set. Disengage the legs. Stop grounding through the tops of the feet. Like you can let the legs go limp. You notice it. Yes, I see some head shakes. You already feel it in the back body. At least I do in my low back. I start to feel it start to pinch. It doesn't like it. My feet automatically want to press down into the floor again. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Pillow for the forehead. Just learning about the shape, learning about our bodies in the shape. All right, let's take Sphinx one more time. We'll add a quad stretch. Inhale, come on up to the forearms. Bend into the right knee. Maybe you reach back for the foot. Maybe that bind is not in your practice. If you grab a hold of the foot, encourage that heel to draw in towards the glute as long as the front of your hip is grounded to the mat. Not forcing. Your sound. Don't force it. Encourage. Exhale, release the foot. Sphinx pose. Come back through center. Bend into the left knee. Maybe you reach back for that left foot. Maybe you're staying just like this. If it's not in your practice to catch that foot, to make that bind, picture it in your head. You're not doing it in reality, but guess what? Your left arm is back there. It's got the foot. It's hugging it in. Exhale, release that left leg. Come back through Sphinx. Next exhale, bring it all the way down, pillow for the forehead. Maybe you rock the hips side to side. Kind of bring the hips and the low back to their neutral. We'll bring our hands beneath the shoulders. On our inhale, press up through tabletop and back into child's pose. Knees open wide, big toes touch. Heels or hips to heels, forehead to earth. With your next inhale, active child's pose, lifting the wrists and the forearms off of the mat. Some yogis prefer to come up onto the fingertips. It helps them stay active through the arms. On your exhale, walk the hands over to the right. They may come off the mat, they might not. How far you walk the hands to the right is up to you and your body. Feel it in your body. Working to open up the left side, waist, and lung space. With your next inhale, walk the hands back through center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Right hip continues to ground down towards that right heel to help open up the right side waist. With your next inhale, press up or walk the hands back through center. We'll press up through tabletop and make our way to our seat. Setting up for Navasana, boat pose, we bring the feet to the mat and hold on to the fronts of the knees. Sit up nice and tall. We hold on to the fronts of the knees. We'll start to lean back. I want you to stay aware of your base, your foundation. We're looking to find our tripod. When we sit all the way up, 2 contact points, sits bones. I mean, you may or may not be able to feel them. You can move the flesh out of the way, get an idea of where they're at. Our third in the tripod, tailbone. So when we lean back, sometimes we can feel it. We notice the difference. If you're not noticing it, that's okay. Keep practicing. Part of the yoga journey is to, what's the word? To be in tune with your physical vessel. Now we've leaned back, we found our tripod. Coming into Navasana or boat pose, few different options. Lifting feet and releasing hands, or doing one or the other. So maybe you just want to let go of the knees, engaging the core, lifting the heart. Maybe you want to try that foot thing, but you're not sure yet. Hold on to the backs of the thighs. Practice lifting one foot, then the other, maybe both feet left. Feet return to the mat, hug the knees, round the spine forward. Questions, comments, concerns about Navasana boat pose? All right, coming back into it. Lean back, find your tripod, find your variation of Navasana. Now, full expression of boat pose, legs are long. I can hold it for a second. The intention is when we lengthen the legs, toes stay at eye level. Chest lifts. Feet to the mat, hug the knees, round it forward. Now, do we have to straighten the legs in Navasana? No. I mean, if that's our intention is to work towards that ultimate shape, we can practice straighten the legs. Do we ever have to? Absolutely. No, we could have the feet planted, holding on to the legs and still be in Navasana, and that's our boat pose for the history of our practice. Okay. Take it one more time. Lean back, find your tripod, find your Navasana, however it's showing up for you. Maybe it shows up a little different from the first 2 rounds. Lift the heart. Exhale, low boat. Hover above the mat. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, low boat, hover. Inhale, bring it back up. Last one. Exhale, low boat. Release all the way down. Full body stretch. Arms reach up overhead. Yes, it's hard work, my friends. But look, you're surviving so far. And with your next inhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest, maybe giving the low back a gentle rock side to side. Returning the feet to the mat, setting up for reclining figure four. Right ankle comes to left knee. Wonderful. So the right knee is tracking away from the torso. We are opening up the right hip. If you are feeling sensations in your body, beautiful. Stay just like this. If you are looking for a bit more, reach through your figure four, hugging the left leg in. Yoga, mindful movement. Left knee is tracking towards the left shoulder rather than hugging the knee in towards the nose. Stay with your breath, soften the muscles of the face. If you have that left leg hugged in, replacing the left foot back to the mat, we'll all uncross the right leg, bring that foot back to the mat. Windshield wiper through the knees, step the feet a bit wider than hip distance, lowering the knees to side to side. And then setting back up for the other side, reclining figure four, left ankle comes to right knee. Feet are active, left knee is tracking away from the torso. If it's in your practice to hug that right leg in, go for it, reach on through. Think about tracking the knee towards the shoulder. Breathe into your belly. Can you deepen and lengthen the breath here? If you have that right knee hugged in, replacing the right foot to the mat, uncrossing left foot, bring it to the mat, heel toe those feet a little wider, windshield wiper through the knees. Lower the knees to one side, then bring them back through center and then over to the other side. And coming back into center, hugging the knees in towards the chest, we'll press the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, waterfall. Active through the feet, pressing through the heels, toes flex back towards you. Engage the core, either closing the abdominal jaw or drawing the navel in towards the spine, whichever phrase resonates best with you. Soften the muscles of the face, unclench the jaw. On your next inhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Option to rock out that low back. Now, yogis, we're going to come back into waterfall, that legs up. We were just there. From here, we will be taking shoulder stand, plow, ear pressure pose. If that is not in your practice, you can stay in waterfall or hug the knees in, send the legs long. You can chill in shavasana for a little, whatever you need to do. If you haven't come back into waterfall, press those feet up towards the sky. If shoulder stand is in your practice, lift the hips, bringing the hands to the low back for support. Beautiful. Now, if you are in shoulder stand and plow is in your practice, start to lower the feet to the floor above your head. If this is not in your practice, don't force yourself to appease me. Doesn't make a difference to me if this is in your practice or not. You've got to listen to you. If you got plow, try for ear pressure pose. Bend the knees, hug either side of the head with the knees. Not quite there yet? You're practicing. Not there at all? That's okay. Now, if you got into ear pressure pose, straighten the legs, plow. If you are in plow, lift the feet, shoulder stand. If you're in shoulder stand, mindfully return the back to the mat, waterfall. We'll all hug the knees in towards the chest. Release. Open the arms out wide to a T, palms face up. With your next exhale, lower the knees over to the right, reclining spinal twist. If there is a different version of a reclining twist that you would like to take, again, I'll remind you, this is your time here on your mat. You can make this reclining spinal twist into anything. Maybe you like to straighten the top leg. Maybe you like to reach back for the bottom foot, the cat grabbing the tail thing. That I always forget what it's called. Chasing its tail, grabbing its tail, I don't know. Awareness of breath, encouraging that breath to deepen and lengthen as you soften and release into the twist with every exhale. So if you turned your gaze, first bring the head back to neutral. On your inhale, hug the knees back in towards the chest. Exhale, lower the knees over to the left. Making this twist your own. What is your body looking for in this moment? Now, if you turned the gaze, first bring the head back to neutral. Inhale to draw the knees back in towards the chest. Once again, pressing the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, coming into waterfall. This time, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling, turning waterfall into dead bug. So arms reach up, feet are up towards the ceiling. Working our neuroplasticity. Lower the right leg, left arm reaches up overhead. So we all have left leg, right arm reaching up. Now bring it all back up, dead bug. Beautiful. Lower the left leg, right arm reaches up overhead. Bring it all back up, dead bug. Left leg, right arm. Dead bug. Right leg, left arm. Dead bug. Keep the pattern going. Alternate lowering the opposite arm and leg while an arm and a leg stay up towards the ceiling. I never said it was easy. You are forming new synapses, new cognitive pathways in your brain, my friends. Make sure you even yourself out. We'll meet back at dead bug. Nice. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Active wind releasing pose. Hug the knees in. Tuck the chin. Lift the shoulders. How small can you be? Exhale, release and lengthen. Take up some space on your mat. You have a few moments here. If there are any other stretches or movements that you would like to take before settling into your Shavasana, please take them. I also dropped off eye pillows. If you want to use, just bring that pillow in. Keep the tissue between your face and the pillow. Just helps keep the eye pillows clean. You can bring in any props to support or cover the body. Bill, I passed you. Is that correct? Okay, cool. Allowing the eyes to gently close if they haven't already. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, audible exhale out the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose, audible sigh, release, let it go. One more deep breath in, exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Bring the awareness to the back of the head, held and supported by the earth. Release all the tension through the scalp and the head. Soften the muscles of the forehead, the eyebrows, even the space between the eyebrows, your third eye center. Release any tension through the temples, the cheeks, the jaw. Allow the tongue to release from the roof of the mouth and settle in gently behind the bottom teeth. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Shoulder blades tucked beneath your body, cradling you here in Shavasana. Imagine the shoulders as warm candle wax, melting away from the ears and pooling into the earth below them. Send this relaxation down the length of the arms, all the way to the hands, allowing the fingers to curl naturally. Bringing the awareness to your back body, upper back, middle back, low back, all supported by the earth. Soften, let go, let the earth hold you here. Relaxation and release starts to fill the pelvis and surround the hips. Give into it. Let the legs become heavy, feet hang off to the sides if legs are long. Relax down the length of the legs all the way to the soles of the feet, which are soft and light without any responsibility in this moment. And bringing the awareness to the front body, chest and abdomen are soft and ever so slightly rising and falling with the pace of your breath. I invite you to mentally scan over the physical body from head to toe, looking for any missed spots of tension or tightness that you could send your breath to, willing the body to release and soften just a bit more. Shavasana. Gently begin to bring your awareness back into the room and back into your physical body, allowing the breath to naturally deepen as you invite subtle movement, wiggling fingers, toes, circling out wrists, ankles, reaching the arms up overhead, finding a full body stretch from fingers to toes. Mindfully drawing the knees in towards the chest, making your way over onto your right hand side, finding a fetal position with the eyes closed. Pausing here to allow the body to fully reawaken and reacclimate. I invite you to bring to your awareness the intention you set at the start of practice. Either continuing to hold on to this intention or letting it go if it no longer serves you. I offer you this. Take time each day to seek out stillness and to find that sacred spot. Let your mind and soul be at ease. Don't grasp or grab for the magic and miracles. When you reside in that place of stillness, the joy, miracles, and magic you're seeking will find you. Using the strength of the upper body, you'll press yourselves up, coming to meet in Sukhasana, easy seat. Eyes closed, palms to touch at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll release the chin ever so slightly in towards the chest as a sign of gratitude and place smiles upon our faces. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. It's been a huge honor and a great pleasure for me to guide you on your yoga path. I thank each and every one of you for showing up for yourselves and sharing your energy with the group tonight. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening, and until I see you next time, yogis, make good choices. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. So thank you, thank you. You guys are free to move about the cabin.